Alright, so this is the first week of the second wave of training here. So I decided to keep the pin presses in as my main movement on my secondary, or what's kind of now switched towards more of a max effort bench day. Um, Building on the 5 sets of 5 I was working with last couple weeks there, decided to drop this into triples. So I'll be doing 3 working sets of 3. My goal is to taper up each week until I get stuck, and if I do get stuck, then I'm gonna just blast through it and hit volume like I did last week, since that seemed to be a pretty effective way of getting past that sticking point. So warm-ups all felt really good. Definitely getting better at getting tight and initiating my press off of the bottom instead of having the double pump thing happen where I kind of get stuck, and then finally get it on the third attempt. The biggest thing that's helped with that is making sure that I've got adequate tension in through my upper back and my traps. So learning to cue that at the same time as cueing the lats when I'm in bottom and range of motion has been really good. So on this day I ended up going 255 for 3, 265 for 3, and then 275 for 3. All the sets didn't actually feel too difficult, so pretty confident I should be able to make a 10-pound jump going into next week. So I like to go something like 65, 75, 85, and then if I can continue that trend, it would be really nice to hit a 300 or 305 set of 3 off of the pins at the end of this 3-week wave. If not, then what I'll most likely do is keep this movement in for another 3-week wave and instead work in sets of 2. So I'd like to be hitting something in the 305 to 315 range off of the pins for around 2 to 3 reps. So I think that's within striking distance, and I think building up that pin press movement is definitely going to carry over to me having a stronger competition bench and having that power to drive out after the pause. So I went from that into a barbell incline press. Decided to work 3 sets of 5 here. Just kind of build on the volume cap that I hit last wave with the dumbbell incline. Ended up going a set of 5 at 185, set of 5 at 205, and then the last set here at 225. I use a relatively high incline because I wanted to not only hit some upper pec work, but also get the shoulders involved to a decent enough degree as I kind of transition into a little bit heavier shoulder training. So shoulders are getting worked secondarily on this movement, and then I followed the incline press here with another movement that I haven't used probably since last year, actually. Was originally suggested to me by Luis Vasquez out of Sun City Iron in El Paso. And kind of what I found and what he suggested with it is that using the behind the neck variation helps keep the shoulders healthy because it requires a pretty decent amount of shoulder mobility. So if you are not already relatively mobile in the shoulders, I wouldn't really recommend it. And I don't currently use it as a primary strength builder, more as a secondary movement. So I'm using it for these next couple of weeks to keep the shoulders healthy as I increase the weights on my pin pressing, and also have another volume and weight increase on my full range of motion press. So I'm going to keep that in for the next few weeks, and then most likely cycle into a standing overhead press in the next 3-week wave. After the behind the neck press, I went into just some more lateral raises. Decided just to give them a try on the cable machine here, rather than going with the dumbbell variation that I've been using for the last few weeks. Do I think it's better? No. I just felt like doing something a little bit different that hit the muscle in the same way. So I did 3 sets of, I believe, 10 to 15 on there, supersetting each side raise with a cable face pull that you see here. So these all felt really good. I've been hitting rear delts twice a week, once on this day and then once on my higher volume bench day as well, where I typically superset a band pull apart and a face pull, both for high reps there. So I'm usually getting anywhere from 80 to 100 reps in on each of those movements on Saturdays. So that's definitely helped stabilize the